The Young and the Restless spoilers. Friday's full update. The 31st of July, 2026. Welcome back to the channel, besties. Today is a beautifully chaotic Thursday, and we are so ready to dive into the madness. Grab your iced coffees, buckle up, and prepare your souls, because the tea we are serving today is piping hot and absolutely unhinged. Let's get right into it. You guys, I am deceased. Stop what you are doing. I am literally shaking. Wait, we need to talk about this now. I am legitimately filming this while running errands, practically shouting into my phone in the middle of the grocery store aisle because my soul has actually left my body. I was mid-skincare last night, literally had a charcoal mask smeared all over my face, and when I saw the spoilers for Thursday, July 30, I straight up yeeted my phone across the rug. I am hyperventilating. We are not just watching this show, we are invested, and I am personally deeply offended by the sheer audacity of these Genoa City residents. Like, send help, I am unwell. My brain is buffering from the cinematic mayhem we are about to witness. Okay, wait, I need to breathe. Let me break this down because the stakes are astronomical and I am spiraling into a completely unfiltered emotional train wreck. Okay, hold on, backtrack for a second, I missed a step. Let's talk about Lily Winters and Kane Ashby. Bestie, be for real right now. And are we genuinely doing this again? I am screaming. So, Lily invites Kane over for dinner, and obviously, we all knew exactly where this was going. The tension? Astronomical. The vibes? Unhinged. They reconnect, and before you can even blink, things get intensely heated and they are hooking up. But wait, did I say that yet? My brain is mush. Moving on. Lily, our corporate queen, literally hits the brakes right after things get passionate to set boundaries. Boundaries. With Kane Ashby, the man who legit just ruthlessly blackmailed her for control of Chancellor Winters, using his bone marrow match to save Malcolm. I cannot even deal with the psychological whiplash of this dynamic. And don't even get me started on the vibes. Wait, tangent. Did anyone else notice how the lighting in that scene was giving major early 2010s nostalgia? Like, the ambient glow in Lily's place was straight up cinematic perfection, and the way her lip gloss was catching the light while she was laying down the law? Iconic. But I digress. Back to the main tea. Lily is basically telling Kane that whatever happens in the bedroom cannot spill over into the boardroom. She is trying to compartmentalize her toxic ex-husband, who is now her corporate co-dictator. Genuinely, how is that supposed to work? Kane is probably going to promise her the moon and stars, swearing that their romantic entanglement won't complicate Chancellor Winters, but we all know Kane. He is officially on my do not perceive list, because the manipulation is just too much. I am calling it right now, this is going to end in a massive corporate and emotional explosion, manifesting a total dumpster fire by the next update, because you cannot mix ruthless corporate extortion with post-dinner hookups and expect peace. Wait, I'm glitching. Okay, back to the main event. While Lily is navigating her messy boundaries and trying to pretend she isn't sleeping with the enemy, her brother Devin Hamilton is literally losing his grip on reality. I am straight up terrified of Devin right now. He is continuing to completely alienate Abby, pushing her so far away that they are basically existing in two entirely different dimensions. Devin is so consumed by his blinding, all-encompassing rage over Mariah Copeland and her impending release from the mental health facility that he cannot even see his own marriage crumbling into dust right in front of him. Abby is desperately trying to reach him, trying to fix their issues, and remind him that they have a family to protect, but Devin is just a wall of bitter, toxic anger. It's giving major villain origin story energy, and I am so stressed about it. Like, Abby is standing right there, trying to hold their family together after the trauma of Dominic being kidnapped, and Devin is just icing her out completely. It is so hard to watch. I am genuinely clutching my chest. Which brings me to the absolute chaos of Abby's coping mechanism. Because Devin is acting like a literal ice king and shutting her out of his emotional world, Abby ends up crossing paths with Daniel Ramalotti Jr. Yes, Daniel. The man who is already exhausted from trying to play peacemaker between his mother Phyllis and Christine Blair. Now he's stepping in to comfort Abby? I am genuinely losing my mind over the implications of this. Daniel is sitting there listening to Abby pour her heart out about her failing marriage. And you guys, the emotional intimacy of this moment is incredibly dangerous. Daniel understands complicated, messy relationships better than anyone in Genoa City right now. He is offering her this safe, comforting space that Devin has completely ripped away from her. And honestly, I am sensing a vibe. A very dangerous, marriage-destroying vibe. What if Daniel and Abby cross a line? What if this innocent comforting session turns into a full-blown affair because Abby is just so starved for emotional connection and validation? I am literally hyperventilating because the gravity of this potential betrayal is too much to handle. Devin is going to absolutely lose his mind if he finds out Daniel is the one comforting his wife. This specific dynamic is personally attacking my soul because we all know Devin's psychological state is already hanging by a thread. If Abby leans too hard on Daniel, the Winters Newman Ramalotti family tree is going to burst into flames. My grip on reality is slipping just thinking about the cinematic drama of Devin catching them in a vulnerable moment. It would be the absolute end of the world for that family. But wait. Stop. We haven't even gotten to the most insane, world-ending tea of the entire episode. If you are not sitting down, sit down right now. I am physically vibrating from the sheer audacity of Phyllis Summers. Phyllis Summers. Bestie, what in the actual name of all that is holy is she doing? You guys know that Victor Newman forced Matt Clark to wear an electronic ankle monitor, right? Because Matt is a literal psychopath who tortured Nick, faked his death, faked amnesia, lured Noah and Sharon into a trap in Las Vegas, and has basically been a walking nightmare for the entire Newman family. Victor put that monitor on him as the only way to track his movements and keep his family safe while Matt was forced to stay at the Newman ranch. It was the one tiny shred of security they had left against this absolute monster. And what does Phyllis do? What does this unhinged, chaotic woman do? She literally takes the ankle monitor off of him. She unchains Matt Clark. I am screaming into a pillow right now. I legitimately had to pause my life, stare at the wall, and ask myself if I was hallucinating. Phyllis is straight up removing the only thing keeping a known monster in check. Why? Because they went on a date? Because she thinks she can control him? This is honestly so unhinged. She is freeing the man who is the direct cause of Nick Newman's current downward spiral and severe drug addiction. Nick is out here literally threatening to murder Matt, spiraling into a massive relapse, crashing his car into a ditch while high on fentanyl and cocaine, and his ex-wife is sitting in a room taking off Matt's ankle monitor. Make it make sense. Wait, hold on. I should have mentioned this earlier, but did you see the way Matt looked at her when she did it? It was this smug, terrifying, calculated smirk that sent actual chills down my spine. And the background noise in that scene, like the eerie silence of the room mixed with the clinking of glasses? Cinematic mastery. Because right after she takes it off, they literally toast to his newfound freedom. They toast. I am so done. They are officially on my do not perceive list. Phyllis is clinking glasses with the devil himself. She is celebrating the freedom of a man who Victor Newman had collared for a very specific reason. Does she not realize that a crime was probably committed and that monitor was the only thing proving Matt's location? Or worse, does she just not care because she is so blinded by her hatred for Victor that she is willing to use Matt as a weapon? I am literally hyperventilating right now just thinking about the fallout. Matt is now completely off the grid. He is unmonitored. He is free to roam Genoa City, free to target Noah, free to target Sharon, free to push Nick completely over the edge into a fatal overdose or a murder charge. Phyllis is going to regret this so deeply. I am calling it the villain arc is about to go nuclear. Matt is going to use this freedom to do something so catastrophic that the entire town will be forever changed, and the blood will be entirely on Phyllis's hands. She thinks she is playing a game of 4D chess against Victor, using Matt as a pawn to get back at the Newmans for the AI frame-up, but Matt is playing her. He is a master manipulator, and Phyllis just handed him the keys to the kingdom. And don't even get me started on how Nick is going to react. When Nick finds out that Phyllis, the mother of his daughter Summer, is the one who set his absolute worst tormentor free, bestie, Nick is going to shatter into a million pieces. His paranoia is already at an all-time high. He is already suffering from severe trauma from being locked in that storage room in Vegas, watching Matt play sick games with his life. This betrayal is going to personally attack his soul, and honestly, it's attacking mine too. I am so deep in the lore that I am taking this as a personal insult. Phyllis is so desperate for redemption, so desperate for power, and so desperate to beat Victor that she is willing to unleash a literal plague on her own family. Did I say that yet? Ugh, my brain is mush, but I cannot stress enough how much danger she has just put everyone in. And, we have to talk about the Victor element of this whole disaster. Victor Newman is going to absolutely rain hellfire down on Phyllis. He gave her an offer she couldn't refuse regarding her AI crimes. He has been quietly manipulating everything behind the scenes, and now she goes and tampers with his prisoner? Victor's mustache is going to literally quiver with rage. He put that monitor on Matt to control the narrative, to keep his enemies exactly where he could see them, and Phyllis just blew up his entire master plan. The sheer chaos of Phyllis challenging Victor by freeing Matt is a level of cinematic drama that deserves an Oscar, but it is also the most self-destructive thing she has ever done. Victor will not hesitate to destroy her for this. He will crush her company, he will crush her life, and he will make sure she pays for putting his family at risk. I am genuinely unwell. This situation is now my entire personality, and I am not okay. We have Lily sleeping with her blackmailer and trying to pretend it's just business, Devin emotionally abandoning his wife for a revenge quest against a mentally ill woman, Daniel potentially stepping into a messy, marriage-ending affair with Abby, and Phyllis unleashing a literal psychopath onto the streets of Genoa City with a celebratory toast. It is a messy, unfiltered, emotional train wreck, and I am physically incapable of looking away. Every single person in this town is making the worst possible choices, and I am here for every single second of it, even as it actively destroys my peace of mind. Send help. My soul has actually left my body. I need to go lie down on the floor and stare at the ceiling for at least 3 hours to process this. Manifesting that Summer Newman comes back to town immediately with her new face and slaps some sense into her mother. Because someone needs to stop this madness before someone ends up dead. Okay, I'm out of breath. I need water. Let me know in the comments if you are also spiraling into existential dread over Phyllis's choices, because I cannot be alone in this. We are officially in the endgame of this storyline, and the stakes have never been higher. Until next time, besties, stay safe out there in GC. And whatever you do, do not take the ankle monitor off the local psychopath.